Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my YouTube channel Calculus and Mathematics Learning. In the previous video, we learned question number 1 related with exercise number 2.6 related with chapter number 2 differentiation FSC part 2 mathematics. In today's video, I am going to solve question number 2 related with the same exercise number 2.6. Let's move toward the question. It tells that to use any suitable rule of differentiation to perform dy by dx for the following function. There are total 8 parts. In question number 2 part, it tells that a function is given y is equal to 2 cotangent 3x, and there tells that find dy by dx. So it means that we will differentiate both sides with respect to x. So by differentiating both sides with respect to x, it becomes dy by dx will be equal to 2 is a constant, so it will come out of the cotangent 3x, cotangent 3x. So 2 d by dx of cotangent 3x. We know that the derivative of cotangent x is always equal to minus cosecant square x. But here we have cotangent 3x, so we will replace x with 3x, so it becomes cotangent 3x will be equal to minus cosecant square 3x. So the derivative of cotangent x is actually equal to minus cosecant square x, so it becomes 2 times of minus cosecant square 3x. So we will also take the derivative of this inner function, so its derivative is just 3. Now multiply 2 with 3, so it becomes 6 and minus, so it becomes minus 6 cosecant square 3x. This is the required derivative for the part number A. Now move toward part number B. It tells the derivative of y is equal to secant pi x. So taking the derivative on the both sides, so it becomes dy by dx will be equal to derivative of secant pi x. We know that derivative of secant x is always equal to secant x and tangent x. Now replace the x with secant pi x, so it becomes the secant time of pi x will be equal to secant pi x and tangent pi x. So this is the derivative of secant pi x. So it becomes secant pi x and multiply tangent pi x. Also take the derivative of the inner function, which is pi x. So its derivative will be just pi. So its result will be pi time of secant pi x and tangent pi x. This is the required derivative. Now move toward part number C. Tells that derivative of y is equal to 4 cosecant 2x. So you know that derivative of cosecant x will always equal to minus cosecant x and cotangent x. Now replace x with 2x, so it becomes cosecant 2x will be equal to minus time of cosecant 2x and cotangent 2x. So the derivative of cosecant x will be, so its derivative will become dy by dx will be 4 time of derivative of cosecant 2x is minus cosecant 2x and cotangent 2x, and also take the derivative of the inner function, which is 2x. So the derivative is just to multiply that 2 with 4, it will give us result 8. So its derivative will be minus 8 of cosecant 2x and cotangent 2x. So this is the required derivative for the part number C. Now move toward part number D. It tells that y is equal to 2 times of tangent into x plus 3 whole square. So taking the derivative of both sides, so it becomes dy by dx will be equal to the 2 times of, you know that derivative of tangent x is always equal to secant square x. Derivative of tangent x secant square x. But here the function is x plus 3 whole square, so it means replace x with x plus 3 whole square, so it becomes tangent time of x plus 3 whole square will be equal to the secant square x plus 3 whole square. So the derivative of tangent x plus 3 whole square secant square x plus 3 whole square secant square x plus 3 whole square. Now also take the derivative of this inner function. So according to the generalized power rule of differentiation, 2 will comes to the front and subtract 1 in the power. So it becomes 2 times of x plus 3, and the derivative of this inner function is just 1. So the whole result will be 2 multiply 2 gives us 4 x plus 3 and multiply secant square x plus 3 whole square. So this is the required derivative for the part number D. Now move toward part number E. The derivative of cotangent x, you know that the derivative of cotangent x is minus cosecant square x. Now replace x with, here the x is under root x square minus 1, so we will replace x with cotangent, x will replace with under root of x square minus 1. So it will be equal to minus cosecant square x will be replaced with under root of x square minus 1. So the derivative will be dy by dx will be 4 times of derivative of cotangent under root x square minus 1 is minus cosecant square under root of x square minus 1. Also take the derivative of this inner function dy by dx of x square minus 1 power 1 over 2. So its derivative will be 4 times of minus cosecant square under root of x square minus 1 will be, using generalized power rule formula, so its derivative will be 1 over 2 times of under root of x square minus 1. This is the derivative, and the derivative of this inner function is 2x. So 2 is cancelled out with 2. we are left with 4xo. So it becomes minus 4xo dot of cosecant square under root of x square minus 1. This is the function divided by under root of x square minus 1. This is the required derivative. Now move toward part number. If it tells that y is equal to secant square x cube, find the derivative. We can write this function just like this. Y is equal to this square is on both x cube and secant because this is a function. So we can write it secant x cube whole square. Now using generalized power rule of derivative, dy by dx will be equal to power will come to the front and subtract 1 in the power. So it becomes secant x cube power 2 minus 1. Also take the derivative of inner function. You know that derivative of secant x was secant x and tangent x. But here we have x cube. So it becomes a secant x cube will be equal to secant x cube and tangent x cube. This will be the derivative. So it becomes a secant x cube tangent x cube. Also take the derivative of this inner function. So this inner function derivative will be 3x square. So it will become 2 multiply 3 will give us 6 and x square 6x square. And this is actually 2 minus 1 gives us 1. Secant x cube will give us a secant square x cube, and we are left with a tangent x cube. So this is the required derivative. Now move toward part number G. It tells that a function is given y is equal to 2 into cosecant cube x plus 2. You know that derivative of cosecant x is equal to minus cosecant x and cotangent x. But over here the function is x plus 2. So we will put x plus 2 in the place of x. So it becomes cosecant into x plus 2 will be equal to negative cosecant into x plus 2 dot cotangent x plus 2. This is the derivative of cosecant x plus 2. So putting the values, first we will make the equation just like this, that y will be equal to 2 into this cube is on both cosecant and x plus 2. So we can write it cosecant x plus 2 whole cube. So first we will use the generalized power rule of differentiation. Dy by dx will be equal to 2 times of 3 will comes to the power and subtract 1 in the power. So it becomes cosecant square x plus 2. And after this 3 comes to the front and subtract 1 in the power, it becomes cosecant square x plus 2. The derivative of cosecant x plus 2 is a minus of cosecant x plus 2 dot of cotangent x plus 2. And the derivative of this inner function x plus 2 is just 1. So the result will be 2 multiply 3. It will give us a value 6. And here is minus sign. So minus 6. And cosecant x plus 2 and cosecant square x plus 2 will become cosecant cube x plus 2 dot cotangent x plus 2. This is the required derivative. Move to the last part of today's lecture, part number H. This is the last part of question number 2 in today's lecture. Y is equal to 1 plus tangent 2x divided by cosecant 3x. Find their derivative. We can find the derivative of this type of function by using the quotient rule. Quotient rule tells that second function, derivative of the first function dy by dx of first function 1 plus tangent 2x minus time of second function derivative of first minus first function 1 plus tangent 2x and derivative of this cosecant 3x divided by this function whole square, which is in denominator, cosecant 3x whole square. This is the general rule of quotient rule. Now by simplification it becomes a cosecant 3x multiplied, derivative of 1 is 0 and the derivative of tangent 2x will be 2 secant square 2x, because the derivative of tangent 2x is secant square 2x and the inner function derivative is 2. And after this minus 1 plus tangent 2x, derivative of cosecant 3x will be minus 3 cosecant 3x and cotangent 3x and whole divided by cosecant 3x whole square. Now after this we will simplify it, so it becomes 2 cosecant 3x secant square 2x minus, it becomes minus minus gives us plus 3 cosecant 3x cotangent 3x and it becomes minus minus gives us minus plus minus and minus minus gives us plus 3 tangent 2x cosecant 3x and cotangent 3x divided by cosecant 3x whole square. So we can write it cosecant 3x dot cosecant 3x in denominator. Also divide with cosecant 3x over here. Cosecant 3x dot cosecant 3x. Also divide over here, it becomes cosecant 3x and cosecant 3x. So over here, this cosecant 3x is cancelled out with this cosecant 3x here. We are left with 2 secant square 2x. So 2 secant square 2x divided by cosecant 3x plus cosecant 3x is cancelled out with cosecant 3x. We are left with 3 cotangent 3x divided by cosecant 3x. 3 cotangent 3x for cosecant 3x plus over here cosecant 3x is cancelled out with cosecant 3x here. We are left with 3 tangent 2x, 3 tangent 2x and cotangent 3x divided by cosecant 3x. Now after this it can be simplified, but we are left it over here. So this is, let's suppose this is the solution to the part number H. So with this question I finish my lecture. Thank you for watching. Subscribe my channel and also hit the bell icon to receive the upcoming notification about FSC Part 2 Mathematics. Thank you.